Hey folks, today I'm going to try something new. It's a new product called SoloPod 2.0, and I didn't even know these existed. I have a SoloPod K-Cup. These are for Keurigs, the Keurig machine. I have a Keurig 425, and I saw the SoloPod at my grocery store for the single serving one, and that works really good because it works with the Keurig 2.0s, which the 425 is. So I didn't know that Keurigs could do carafes. So I've been trying to find, the Keurig carafe reusable pod, but it's hard to find. Keurig doesn't want you to do that. They want you to use the Keurig branded K-Cups that, they make a lot of money off of those things. So I like reusing these. I like using my own coffee. My favorite coffee right now is a Costa Rica, a variety from Costa Rica. And I grind my beans right before I brew, and it just tastes really good. So I had been using that single cup, but I like to make a pot of coffee to take with me to work. I have a nice thermos that I like to take my own coffee to work with me, and I finally found this, and to tell you the truth, I have not used this system yet. And this particular one, this is their 2-in-1, so it actually comes with a single cup and the carafe cup. So I'm going to be trying that out today and bring you guys along because I'm really excited to try this. And this particular package comes with, I didn't even notice this when I bought it. It comes with the, it's called the Solo Clip. And what this is, it's a little clip that goes up underneath the machine that short circuits is the DRM, Keurig's DRM. So then you could use any cup whatsoever. And I'm going to be trying that first. The clip, to see how well that works, because I bought this carafe sized cup and it doesn't work. I get the famous oops every time I try to use this one, so I was like really frustrated. So I'm going to try that clip, and I'm going to try this particular cup, because this will make 4 cups of coffee in a carafe. And speaking of carafes, you have to use Keurig's carafe. I thought I could use my old Cuisinart carafe, so I tried this with my old Cuisinart, and it would not work. I was really frustrated, but I did find this for a good price on Amazon. It was back ordered, and it took a little while to get it, but it's definitely good. I think this was like 29 bucks, and there's a lot of people selling them for 40 bucks. I didn't want to spend 40 bucks. But I have to say, I kept trying, I kept looking, because I really like the Keurig machine. I like the way it makes coffee. So, without further ado, let's open this up and see what we got. Okay, this is the carafe size, and then this is the single cup size. So you can see there quite a difference in size. And then this is the magic clip. This goes up underneath it, and I'll show where this gets installed. I probably won't be able to actually show me getting up underneath there, but I'll show you up underneath where to get to it. And then this goes up in there, and it's aluminum, and you kind of like bend it, and it stays up underneath there. So this is the actual brew pot. Now what you do is you fill this. There's a level to fill that with your coffee grinds, and then you place this in here, and then you close this down, and then you place this into your machine. And I'll show how to do that. It was a little tricky at first. And then this will brew a full carafe of coffee. And then you would do the same thing with the single cup. You place that in there as well. And this is kind of interesting because this brew chamber will allow for the coffee to steep a little bit longer, so you get a richer brew, which I think is really good, because my other, like these, the water just goes through and it comes out, and you know, it doesn't really steep very well. But this will allow it to steep, and then the coffee comes out of here into your carafe or your cup. So, with that being said, let's go to the kitchen. Try this that does not work with this clip. That's going to be the first test. So I'm interested to see if this is going to work, because they actually sell this individually. So if you had already bought one of these and it didn't work for you, you could buy the Solo clip and get that to work, as well with any of the other smaller ones that don't work either. So let's go check this out in the kitchen. Okay, my first test is actually going to show you what happens when you put this cup that doesn't work. It's called the Eco Carafe. Put it in here, and as you can see, you have to kind of push that down and put that in, and close it, and you get, oops, doesn't work. So that does not work. Now, let's see if this one works. Put it in like this, same thing, kind of gotta pull that down. It definitely fits better. It's a nice, much snugger feeling. Pop that in. Up, this pod wasn't designed for this brewer. Please try one of the hundreds of pods from the Keurig logo. So that does not work. Let me see if I have to put the carafe in place to get this to work. Same thing, let's try this again. Nope, this pod wasn't designed for this brewer. Please try one of the other hundreds. Okay. I'm glad I tried that test. Okay, let's go with the clip. Make sure that I can get that. Now, here's where the clip goes. Way up underneath here. Up there. Well, I have to admit, that was really difficult getting that sucker up underneath there, but it is there. You just kind of have to kind of play around. First test, let's see if this works. Look at that, ready to brew. That is a good sign. Okay, now let's try the new SoloPod 2.0. Make sure that works. Once again. Bingo, same thing, it's ready to go. Okay, let's pop this up. Now, let's try it with the carafe, because this has a sensor. I'm thinking the sensor is down here. I don't know, because it has the fit up underneath there. But the machine knows that there's a carafe there. This setting is not compatible with the carafe. Remove carafe. Okay. Place the carafe. This setting is not compatible. Well, what setting do I have to do? Okay, here's my conclusion. I played around with this a little bit off camera, and my conclusion is that this Solo clip does not work with the carafe cup. You cannot do a carafe using that clip. That clip seems to only work for the individual cups. This will not let me brew a carafe of coffee. I'm really disappointed. Okay, let me go back in my office and give my summary. And if I find out anything different, I might change my mind. So, stay tuned for my summary. Well, that was very disappointing. This Solo Cup 2.0 would not work at all. It would not work without the Solo Shield. It would work with the Solo Shield, but it would not work with the carafe. And that's what this is designed for. It's designed to work with the carafe. I could not get it to work with the carafe. I couldn't get my other one to work with the carafe. It's really annoying. This is my Solo Cup that I have been using. This works perfectly every time. Without the shield. I didn't put the Solo Shield in. This is the one I originally bought. And I thought for sure that this one would work as well, because this one works every time. You could just buy the Solo Shield and use any kind of cup, you know, that's not a Keurig brand or whatever, or you could just use, you know, the Solo Cup single. This one works every time without having to, you know, get up underneath there and monkey with this thing. But I'm really disappointed. I'm gonna play around. If any of you have any experience with getting these carafe size pods or cups working with a Keurig, let me know, because I really want to do, you know, full pots of coffee so I can take to work with me. Well, that was I'd put that definitely a thumb in the middle, because the shield did work. This is not what I bought it for. I bought it for this, but the thumb is pointing a little more towards the bottom. I wouldn't give it a complete thumbs down because the shield did work, but I'm very disappointed. This thing was $17. I bought it at my grocery store. If it worked, I would have put a link to Amazon, but I'm not going to bother. There you have it, folks. Buyer beware. I'm going to still see if I can hunt down the Keurig branded carafe size cup. And if I do find it, I'll do a video on that and see if that thing works. So, thanks for watching, folks.